Okay, happy weekend, folks. So, for those of you that have a '04 GMC Canyon and you have to remove any of those injectors if they're leaking or for whatever reason, get ready for some fun. So, from the top, this is what you're going to have to remove. You're going to have to remove your serpentine belt. Unfortunately, I had to cut mine. It would not come off. That tensioner right there was rusted solid. Couldn't even get it to budge at all. Besides, I needed a new serpentine belt anyways, so had to cut it. Gonna have to remove this bad boy right here. You are also going to have to undo all these little harnesses that are in the way so that you can get better access, primarily for the freaking alternator. It's 2 bolts up top and 1 bolt below it. You're gonna have to undo all 3 of them in order to get the alternator out of the way so that you can access one of the 9 bolts that holds that intake manifold on. So in addition to removing the alternator, you're going to have to remove your tire. I know. Obviously, make sure you have appropriate jack stands and all that jazz. You're going to have to remove that plastic panel that's in there. And just so you're aware, 98% of your work will be done from here. This is where you're going to be crying and moaning and complaining. So just to give you an idea, 8 of those 9 bolts that hold that manifold in, you're going to be accessing all through here and all through here. I know, looks fun. Trust me, it's doable, especially if you have a really long extension and definitely a swivel socket set. Those are definitely your best friends. Definitely. So once you get majority of those bolts removed from this lower area, be mindful one of those bolts will have to be accessed through here. So you'll slide your long extension through here, pop a socket in, and you'll be able to access 1 to 2 of the bolts from that little port right there. So the very last bolt you'll be able to access will be up here. So the other reason why you have to remove the alternator is so that you can access that last bolt that holds that intake manifold in. In addition to alternator, serpentine belt, all those little gadgets and gewgaws, you're gonna have to remove these brackets that are affixed to that intake manifold. Let's go ahead and grab that manifold right quick. So this portion is pointing downwards, right? That metal plate that I pointed to, that plate right there, it's actually blocking 3 of these bolts. Now, the nice thing is these bolts are captured, so it makes it easier for installation and removal. You're not having to fish them in by hand to try to get them in there. So that's a nice feature that they added. But yeah, you're gonna have to undo this guy, and this one is not fun, primarily because you have all these little plastic clips that hold these harnesses in, and believe it or not, these harnesses are quite stiff. So from the bottom side of this bracket, there are about 3 or 4 of these plastic clips that you're going to have to undo. These plastic clips are really similar to these bad boys right here, just a lot bigger due to the harnesses on the bottom side there. So once you get all those plastic clips undone, you'll be able to move this bracket out of the way so that you can access the last 3 bolts on this intake manifold. Don't be afraid. You're not going to break anything. Trust your skills. Go for it. That's what I'm doing. All right, folks, good luck.